Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on.
Yes, I'm high. Yes, everybody wanna get to this guy. Yes, go out tonight, I just might. Yes, style cleaner than yours, so don't buy. Yes, I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a SoBusy review of The Basketball Wives. I'm smiling because I did not know I was going to be by myself real quick because I was not informed of this. But what's going on, guys? Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not. If you are subscribed to either one of our channels, go back, watch some of our videos, then come back and then subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section. Comment down here below in the comment section. Come over here and comment in the chat. Hello.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another SoBusy recap and review. We're going to be arguing about Basketball Wives. LA, not LA. Light-skinned girls think they got privilege over dark-skinned girls. Episode today. So make sure that you do everything that SoDeb said. Hopefully he said subscribe to both our channels. Make sure that you are commenting, be interactive throughout the show. Let us know how you feel about a lot of these people that have stuff to say. Somebody said thank you for the $4.99. It must be on your channel because I don't see it. Who you talking to? Welcome to the live. Where the money at?
Did you want to switch us around? Because I mean, I know you hate on that being on that side.
Yeah, because I don't like you feeling like you're the leader, but you can kind of do it today.
Okay.
You're right. What's up, burly girl? Hey, Lock Queen. April said Evelyn got the nerve talking about Jac'Eil's. Evelyn. That was the whole football team several best. You know what, April? I started to realize you got this copied and pasted. And no, you come with the same comment every week, and I'm here with you. What's up, Tania?
Oh, you must have gave $4.99 to somebody.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He said in reference to RIP Real Entertainment.
Oh.
I don't know what that's about.
It was somebody who used to, and it's not important, but I did give them money just to say, hey, you can get your stuff out of storage. Because you know I'm petty like that. But let's get into the episode. So let's start off where we always start off on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you think about the episode? 1 being the best and 10 being the worst. Please put it in the comments. Let's stay interactive. So Deb, what did you think?
It was a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, it was a 10 out of 10?
It was a Brandi episode, so it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
We was just talking backstage. You was like, I can't stand that bald-headed black bitch.
I never said that. I would never even disrespect that Brandi like that. So
you were, because you was like, this is the Evelyn show, and I didn't like how much they were showing. You was like, I don't like how much they're showing Brandi. I love Evelyn Lozada the most.
No,
she does everything for me. I can't believe they even show. I can't even believe they show Brandi this much. That's all the stuff you were saying backstage.
That's not what I was saying. So anybody who watches this channel knows that I would never say anything like that. So
no, it's our channel. So.
Well, I mean, y'all know that I'm a Brandi fan. I love Evelyn Lozada as well, but I would never disrespect Brandi like that. So, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
No, a 6 because of the volunteerism.
Okay. I actually love that.
Yeah, it's the only part. Outside of that,
I guess we'll get into it as the show goes on.
Yeah, so let's get into the episode because I don't have a lot of time. So let's start off with the fact that
Pink Dynamite said she gives it a 6. Cindy gives it a 4.
Where is Cindy? I thought Cindy was supposed to be joining us for some of these.
I told her she could join.
Where's she at?
She's in the chat.
Oh, okay. You know what? You think you all that because you're looking good. You got your yellow hat on. You got your beard and stuff. Nobody cares.
Boss Lady says she gives it a 7.
Thank you, Boss Lady Ross.
Yes, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love the T. Brandi Maxfield.
Okay, next. Okay, so first we start off like this. I want to know, to be honest, I think what my first question is you. I was wondering where you went.
You took me out.
I wasn't there.
And Jadarius gives it an 8.
Hey, thank you, Jadarius. Jadarius, you look kind of familiar. Yeah, you do too. I just want to know, do you know somebody named
I know somebody named Jadarius.
Me too. Is it him?
That's not the person that I know.
Was that the one in the abandoned house?
What?
The porch on the abandoned house?
Shut up.
Okay, so let's get to the episode. Let's get to the episode. I have a question. How is Jackie getting paid for this season?
Maybe a 4.5.
How is Jackie getting paid for this season?
You know what? I realized after I watched the episode like 4 times today, I didn't miss Jackie.
I miss her so much. I'm about to stop watching it if I don't get. Well, now I know that I'm gonna get Jackie because I saw her in the previews. But yeah. I cannot do this without Jackie.
I didn't miss her at all. I was not like, "Where's Jackie at?" It never crossed my mind.
Well, you're a colorist, so
with Jackie, I don't think that's possible.
Please know that he did not say that. I'm not a colorist. He just said, "Oh, but with Jackie, no, that's not possible." But
we're not arguing that battle because
please know that he did not say he wasn't a colorist. Okay, so
thank you, Cindy. Cindy said she didn't miss her either. Thank you.
Cindy's a colorist too, I guess. So moving on, I miss Jackie. I was wondering where she was.
Boss Lady saying the Boss Lady didn't miss.
Boss Lady Ross is also a colorist.
Nobody.
Pink Dynamite is also a colorist. We got a lot of colorists. Shout out to the colorist in the building. Shout out to the colorist in the building. Y'all know I bring one light skinned man on here. Not everybody like, oh, I didn't like her either. I never liked her.
Who was the light skinned man? I'm definitely not light skinned, so let's
I've seen you in person.
You have seen me in person.
It's giving light, bright, skinny jeans, big booty walk to Walmart. It's way too much.
And Boss Lady, she says she is Blizzak. Okay.
And colorist. You forgot a part, Boss Lady Rose. And no shade.
I miss Jackie, and that was the whole show, and she wasn't even there. LOL. Listen, I had no idea Jackie wasn't even there.
So let's go from there. So then we get Brandi. Brandi says she feels the type of way about Evelyn questioning her, and so did I. And she said, well, at the end of the day, I don't care about none of that. My cheating husband is coming with my child. Then she started putting the son. He was like, well, let me put this bag in the trunk. She was like, I got to return this. She get the scuff marks off of the car. It was very ghetto.
Can you buff this out?
Can you buff this out? Because you know I gotta return this rental. Okay, this is not what I'm driving in. Okay, so then they get in the car and the son was like, I kind of miss you, but you be annoying you. So we move from there to
no, wait. So how did you feel about her calling Evelyn a hoe?
What was I supposed to feel about it?
Did you? I mean, I was like, wow. It was violent to the very beginning. Like this, we ain't even a minute into the episode.
She a hoe. But this is what the problem is I have with you being like, well, don't call her that. What else do we call her?
Evelyn.
Oh, but I'm sure you about to give Evelyn the pass when she calls her a dummy with Brandi a dummy later.
I'm not going to give her a pass on that. Listen, I went through this episode, so please don't. It was a lot happening and with my two faves,
So then we get to Jennifer. Jennifer, okay, can I say this? I'm going to say this and I'm going to take it back.
Okay.
Maybe. Because what I've learned in my life is that I'm a chubby chaser.
Okay.
But Christian is kind of cute.
Christian is cute.
But for me, that's not my type.
Because you don't like light-skinned people. Take it for what it is. You don't.
It's giving love and basketball over here. It's giving love and basketball on my side, but I need them to be a little bit more girthy. And
wait, Evelyn telling Brandi to put her hand down was comical because when Tammy asked Mama to put the hand up, she was scared as F.
Okay.
Okay. Since Gabor said, what's going on, Gabor? Since he said this, and we'll get to this point at some point. Who's winning this fight?
Let's wait till we get to it.
Okay. Y'all just remember that in the chat. Who's winning this fight?
Or you remember it.
No, I'm just saying people in the chat, keep it on your minds.
So if Christian was a little bit thicker, Christian could get it.
Christian is cute to me.
He's cute, but I just need a little bit more girth on him. I need something to hold on to.
I feel like maybe Jennifer has tapped into the Virgo. I mean, maybe I need to find me a Gemini.
Good. I mean, I don't know. Good luck. This relationship is very new to Jennifer.
But she's in love with this man, like love with this man.
Okay.
And I'm loving that for her.
I mean, be careful with the Gemini. So they start talking about their YouTube channel. What's the name of their YouTube channel?
I have no idea. I talked about it all the time. Y'all can look at my old videos. It's somewhere up there.
This is why it's so hard doing videos with it.
Let me see if I can find it.
You said that you was the basketball wise aficionado.
No, I've seen it. I
don't know.
The channel before I've talked about it before. Let's see.
So they have a YouTube channel.
It's like it's life sentence with Jennifer and Kristen or something like that.
Okay. So that's enough. So they're preparing for their YouTube channel. They have
Life with Jennifer and CG now.
Okay, thank you so much. And they talk openly about things that they're going through, what their deal breakers are, what things that they like, they don't like in relationships, and it's been going well. They said that they had over 25,000 followers, so things are going well, or subscribers. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you say deal or deal breakers?
Deal breaker. Right? Deal breaker.
A deal breaker?
Yeah, like what's your deal breakers?
Okay. That's what I felt like I was hearing the people on the TV show say. It's a deal breaker. What's a deal breaker? A deal?
Aquarius, the only real sign. I don't know what that's the name, but okay. But this is a really good question because they were like scuttlebutting through the entire conference about what he actually does.
They said Jennifer.
What does Jennifer's person do?
No, it says, Jennifer person do.
Yes.
I think she mean personally do.
Oh, I thought she was saying, what does he do?
Or what does Jennifer person do? He owns a business.
Person. That's my person.
He owns a business.
And he was like, he wanted to get a job, but then she told him not to get a job. It feel like what he does is not a job. And I was like, well, now what's happening? Did you figure out what he did?
Oh, I already know what he does.
I think he said he trades or something, right?
He does trading, yeah.
Okay.
I already know what he does.
It was kind of weird that he wanted a job, but she didn't want him to have a job, but he felt like he didn't have one.
What's a deal breaker for you?
Lying.
Okay, that's it.
And not being loyal to me.
Lying and not being loyal.
Yes, those are my two deal breakers. I just had this conversation today.
Well, nobody asked that.
What's yours?
It takes a lot. I actually, because I like to argue, I can go through a lot of stuff. Because I want to argue. It like feeds my soul. I like makeup sets. So like, if we could fight, let's fight. But I think a major. She said 4 dresses is a deal breaker. I think my deal breaker would be. I want to say that my deal breaker is just transparency. Like, I'm a very open person in a relationship, and I want my person to be open. And if I feel like there's no transparency, then that's what bothers me. People gonna cheat. people gonna lie to you, people gonna steal. It's just gonna happen.
They're calling you toxic, by the way.
Talk to me though. First of all, y'all don't know me. I've never met Mel in my life. I don't know who Live Queen is. But I just transparency. If you be real with me, then I can be real. Because I feel like I can always come to a common ground with someone. Because there is in some area or scenarios, I could come out on the other side winning. So just talk to me. You talk to me and tell me. I talk to you and tell you, and then we'll move to the other side. So cheating is not like a big deal for me.
Oh, my best friend's here.
Huh?
My best friend is here.
I never heard of
them. Carl.
Hey, oh, this is the one that you said slept with.
Oh my God.
Carl. Hey, Carl. How are you doing, Carl? I hope you're doing well. Happy summer. This is the one that you said.
But I agree with you. Like with the arguing thing, like for me, I feel like it's like a love language for me. You know, like I want to argue with you a little bit.
I just want to fight. But no, seriously, I do want to. I feel like I can go with anything through any of my partners. I just want to know what I'm going through with you.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you talk to me, then let's talk. I think my deal breaker is the fact that if I feel like we haven't been talking or you haven't disclosed anything, then I'm fine. Because I feel like I could do open relations. I feel like I'm open to a whole lot of things. I want to be partnered. That's my dream. But then also like live your life, live my life. But let's talk about it.
So communication.
You saw what?
Communication.
That's it. And if we not talking, now we fighting. So then Christian said
how long do y'all think Jenny and the DL rented boyfriend will last?
First of all, that's her DL rented fiance, and you need to get those titles correct.
Yeah, I think Jennifer really in love for real,
and I feel like he really loved her too.
Yeah, same. I do too.
So he said
it's funny that they changed the name of this YouTube channel because it was like life. Me and matter of fact, Cindy remembers this. We talked about this because it was like life sentence with CG or something like that. I was like, why the hell would they call the YouTube channel that? And he's been in jail.
That's why. It goes.
They changed it though.
It goes with the brand. Convict in life sentence. Okay. So then Christian say he likes feet and teeth.
Yes.
And
Jennifer said, "Don't suck my toes. Don't look at them."
You have raggedy toes. Jennifer said that.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say your toes.
Why are you talking about my toes?
Oh, I thought you were just saying that. I was thinking, I know he does.
We're talking about the toe, not me.
Don't look at my toes. And I'm thinking, why is he bringing that up?
How did you see my toes?
I've seen him in person. We were at your party, and you thought it was good enough to bring out in slides.
Thank you. It was a horrible title. It was.
Jennifer says she don't do broke. Broke is not for her. He made this joke saying, well, I asked Jennifer to get a job, but she said no. Jennifer did turn around like, what the fuck? Excuse me? You got a job. He was like, well, no, I don't have a job. I own a company. He does trading and stuff like that. Which is more like a skill and not really a job. But I understood what he was saying, so I was with him. From them, we get the girls meeting up with Evelyn.
I want to ask you this though. So the other question that they had for that questionnaire was, what was the worst form of cheating? What do you feel like that is? Like, and somebody was on. I was watching Instagram the other day, but emotional or like somebody cheating on you, like physically. What's the worst form of cheating?
What's
going on, Melms?
I want to say so that part's hard because
what
it is.
No, I'm talking about what Mem said. The night was horrible because his feet were showing. I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Whose night was who? What was horrible because his feet were showing? I think I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
For me, emotionally cheating on me would be worse.
First of all, if I have to find out about another person, emotional, non-emotional, physical, I don't want them to be bisexual, trisexual. I just want them to be more sexual. I don't know. I don't want anybody else to be with anybody else.
I just feel like emotional, you're halfway in, halfway out. Like physically, like I mean, people be having sex. I mean, you know, there's this whole polyamorous and polygamy stuff going on. I can understand it a little bit, but I can understand it. But emotionally cheating on me would be worse for me.
I guess that's kind of true. I can see somebody having an emotional connection to somebody.
And
I'm a lot of emotion.
I think my love language is like quality time. So like just knowing like you're spending time with someone else and getting to know them and like I love you and you know we're cuddling and all that, it would just bother the hell out of me. I don't think I could stay in a relationship.
I think you could. You have.
No.
Hey, Carl. So let's go. Let's go to Evelyn. Evelyn was meeting up with Jen, Glorilla, Brooke, and they went out to talk about what was going on. Evelyn said I can't stand this lady. I can't stand this lady. Evelyn said, I got so much going on. I have this stuff with fashion. I'm looking into Jennifer's I'm looking into Jackie's business and into Brooke's business. I'm so busy.
Well, she is busy.
You don't got no business. You're not doing nothing.
First of all, watched a whole photo shoot of her business. I would love for
her to have come up in here and say, I have a young son. He's playing sports. I'm trying to navigate that. What's going on with my daughter? Probably becoming a grandmother. I have my fashion line. Then I'm trying to do this proper detective stuff. No, she sat in our faces and said, I have so much going on this year. I got my fashion and I'm looking into Jackie's business and I'm also looking into Brooks.
Her business is doing really well, though.
Girl, no.
Mel says the worst part of cheating is when your spouse is raw. Was not expecting to read raw dogging. Your castmates, and then your morally calls you a
Mim's going to hell. Mims is going to hell. Mims is going to hell immediately.
And thanks for the super chat.
Shout out to Mims. He's going to hell immediately. So they're going through the wine things. Weren't you supposed to be pulling up some of this stuff? Because you didn't pull up one thing.
Oh, I was supposed to be doing this.
We didn't even go through any of this stuff. So then they all, none of these apply. So then they're all talking about their wine. Oh, sorry. They go wine tasting with Evelyn, who is all in everybody else's business. And they're like, oh, so did you guys have fun at the party? Like, how did you all feel? And Glorilla was like, if y'all would have put up my prostitution charge.
And Brooke wasn't here, I would have slapped the phones out y'all's hands. I was like, now hold on, why would Brooke have to be there for you to do that?
My whole thing is, never mind. She said, if y'all would have had to pull up my prostitution charges, then that would. So then what happened? So then now we're all trying to figure out what was the prostitution charges. How did the prostitution charges happen? Then now people speculating. Well, maybe it was soliciting. Maybe she was trying to get in the car. Maybe. And this is what my problem is with this TV show and everything that people got going on and what they got saying and the emotional connection that they're trying to get us to get with Brooke that I don't have. This is par for the course. This show is about people coming together in their friendship. Stop. Can I stop? Keep talking things.
I'm just letting City know it's not gonna stop.
Oh yeah. Oh, Evelyn said, please, Evelyn. First of all, I always leave Evelyn alone. Evelyn leaves herself alone, and after people come at her, she's left alone as well. She's a single mother. She's been a single mother since forever. She even said it today in this episode.
She did.
People nut at her, and then they leave her alone. She's a cum dumpster, a raggedy whore.
Let's go back to what you were talking about before.
I'll go back to it. Cindy wanted to know more about it.
No, she just said please leave Evelyn alone.
Okay. So then let me go back to what I was saying. But everybody want to have these major emotional connections to or about, or it's so heavy on what I should say and who's saying what. And I can't believe she's bringing up my child or my husband and my marriage and my job or my pastor. This is what y'all do. You cannot sit around with somebody bringing up your prostitution, your injured son or your whole daughter, and everybody just sitting around and not saying nothing, but y'all think it's cool for y'all to do it with somebody else. This is weird to me, and I don't like it. So everybody sitting around talking about it, and Glorilla was like, "Look, she said she would have picked up everybody's phones and did whatever." And Brandi said, "To be honest, I really thought that it wasn't weird for me to invite somebody else because she said she was taking accountability. She's trying to move forward." And Brandi says, "Well, I feel like Brooke says I feel like Brandi should have knew better, and she knew her more, so she should have known how she was gonna feel about all of that." And Brooke says, "Look, I see through all of the BS that Jackie's trying to pull, and I'm not dealing with it." And Evelyn says she feels that now she's starting to feel away. Before she wasn't, but now she starts to feel away because she sees what Brooke's going through, and now she sees what Brooke going through. She's starting to side-eye Brandi, and Brandi should be acting this way because how do you have a friend who's dealing with her like that?
Oh God,
I'm not dealing with it. That's not her man, Mavs. That's not her man, and he don't got no money. That's not her man, and he don't got no money. He's looking like a gangster Teddy Graham. That's not her man. And who's that lady's sperm donor?
Who, Evelyn's
daughter?
Allegedly, it's the game.
Okay, looking like a ghetto, a gangster Teddy Graham. He looks like a gangster Teddy. You know, you kind of look like a gangster Teddy Graham too.
Do you remember when he had?
No, I don't.
They posted something when they was like they had sex with him, and he was like something about he feels like butterflies be released when he climaxes.
What do you mean?
The game said that to some lady that he had sex with.
He said butterflies were released.
He was like butterflies released when he climaxes.
Why is there butterflies in there?
I don't know. It was weird. Like I was like, this is a weird like. I don't know. But every time that I hear about Shanice having a baby by him, I always think about like butterflies.
Well, what? That must have been a lot of butterflies up inside of her.
Like, is she having a baby butterfly? Like, what's happening? Is it
Caterpillars?
The caterpillar? Yeah, I don't know. But every time that people bring her up and her having a baby, I'm like, so did she?
Somebody said they're roaches. It's just roaches. So going up from there, then we get Brandi, who is meeting with her husband. And okay, am I being just very sensitive? And y'all can let me know.
Was she? His mom and Sean Kingston and his mom is in jail now, right?
Well, I know they're going through trial. I don't know if they're in jail. I know the mama was called.
I think I saw the.
I don't think Sean Kingston was called, but I know the mama was arrested at the house.
Hold on, I emailed myself this.
When was Shanice with Sean Kingston?
I did not know this. But I feel like I emailed myself this because
Miv's making up stuff at this point. She was with Sean Kingston?
I did not know that at all.
Do y'all ever wonder how he's still famous?
I can't figure it out.
While he figures that out, we have Brandi with her cheating husband. Can y'all tell me, am I being too sensitive, or I did not like the event that they was doing?
With the guns?
Yeah, I don't.
I said it right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was with that, but I didn't like it, and I maybe I'm being too sensitive because I was raised by a mother who it didn't matter if it was a toy, thing or a gummy thing. Like, it was not allowed in our house, like, at all.
Yeah, it was weird.
You were not able to bring one in. It didn't matter if we was playing Duck Hunt for the first Nintendo. You cannot. Yeah. It's not coming in our house. You're not even playing with it. We weren't able to have Nerfs, nothing. Like, my mother was not playing with that. It's not in our house. You're not holding it. You're not going to be a part of it. You will not do it. I remember the first one I saw one was at high school, and I almost fell out. And it was at a friend's cousin's house.
Oh my God! Let me tell you something. So
it was just sitting on the couch.
Listen, 2 days ago, I got into a Lyft car, and it was a gun on the seat.
Can you stop saying the word?
Oh God, sorry. It was a pow on the seat.
Okay.
And so, you know, you try to buckle up the seatbelt. So I'm trying to buckle up my seatbelt.
And you're like, can I move this really?
Yeah. And I pull it out. I'm like, oh my God. Liv was like, you know, we understand that our safety policies are this, but there's no refund happening for you. But
there was a pow in the seat and Liv's. No, I need to see that.
I put it on. It's on Twitter. I posted it. They was like, I mean, we understand, but listen, we're not giving you nothing. They ended up giving me one because I was like, where's the supervisor? I need to speak to the supervisor. So
you did get a refund.
Eventually, I had to go through like many messages and different people to talk to. But I ended up getting one at the end of the day.
Can you imagine? Well, I guess you can't imagine. You've been through it.
Yeah,
Walking into it.
I'm
hey, can't wait to go to the concert tonight. And there's just a pow sitting on the seat.
And then my best friend is still in here. I'm afraid of them. So like when I sat on it and I pulled it from my butt, I'm like, oh my God, what is this?
Under your butt.
I said, yeah, I sat on it. And I said, sir, there's a pow in the back seat. And he was like, I need to start taking my back seat more often. Takes it from me and throws it to the passenger seat.
Oh, my bad.
Like it was not a problem. Like it's no issues here. I just should take my back seat more often. I was terrified. And then he drove out the wrong location. So I'm like, am I getting set up? My coworkers was like, because I went to go hang with my coworkers the other day. They were like, what? I was like, literally, like, I wish I took a picture of it. I was terrified.
So Brandi's pow with her children. I didn't like the scene. It bothered me, but
Cindy, check your email too.
The scene looked fun. She said that her and Jason, after their stint on Eon Levanzant, the relationship kind of got a little crazy. They were in separate beds. They were fighting all the time. They were in separate rooms. Everything was different. And Brandi's, I feel like this is that, but whatever works for you in your relationship. She said, I don't think this is trauma bonding, which makes me feel like this is trauma bonding.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
But they've been through a lot together.
They have been.
And to be honest, I feel like that's a part of marriage. Carl said should have brought it to me because Carl was the one who was trying to.
Because he has one.
Because you remember that Carl was the one when the cheating man was trying to. I didn't. Okay.
No.
Shout out to Carl. No, y'all don't play with Carl.
But he knows that I'm afraid.
I know the stories about Carl. So I feel like they've been through so much that she feels somewhat indebted to him, especially when she was going through her cancer and then baby Jason.
Mm-hmm. And her dad and a lot. She's been through a lot.
She's to be honest, all these girls have. They all need therapy. It should be therapy wives.
But for me, like I know you said you don't like it because of what they went to go do. But
no, I don't like the activity, but I do love them together.
Yes, me too. And I feel like because her relationship with him is so like problematic for the internet, I'm glad that they are talking about it so that people can kind of like stop. I mean, they're probably never going to do it because I know Evelyn's going to bring it up in another.
They're not going to stop. And you know what? What makes me, because this is what my problem is with you and the rest of the world and Evelyn. So Brandi, which is what we see through and through, day and day, the girl, she gives everybody a chance. And I don't know, it's because she's gone through things in her life, her father, her family, her with cancer, second chances, third chances, fifth chances. I think she wants to feel like you can get through it. You can move past it. And I think a lot of it deals with her story, who she is and all of that. So I don't think she has the time to deal with animosity and hate and all of this stuff in her heart. I may not like you, girl, but we have to move on because life too short. I almost died of cancer. My son almost died. Now my daddy died. Girl, we don't have to be best friends, but I have to move forward. Like we have to move forward.
People don't give her enough credit to, in my honest opinion, about the things that she's been through, and that's why I be Team Brandi all the time because. For me, watching Brandi go through the things she's been through since we've seen Brandi on television, she's been through a lot of stuff. Even staying with Jason, she's been through a lot. Hey, Cindy's here. She's been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And so for me, watching this, I think because I went through a marriage where there was a lot of things going on, I appreciate Brandi and I love Brandi's drive to like, keep going. Listen, even when Malaysia was like, Malaysia was like staying in a relationship, she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But she still stayed in that relationship and she does. But like she gets more flack than any of these girls who've been in these bad relationships.
And I don't want her to get all of that flack, but then also I'm starting to see if she's treating life the same way she treats her marriage. Like, look, he may have slept with me with maybe 700,000 women, but this is what I'm sticking through it for me, my kids, my marriage, my life, my sanity. Y'all don't have to like it, and I don't like it half the time.
Right.
But we have to move forward. We have to move on, and let's just keep going. The lady don't walk around like, "Woe was me." Which I don't know how she don't, but what's her sign?
She's I don't know what Brandy's sign. Let me see.
She don't walk around life like what was me. What you were saying, Cindy?
Let me just chime in. Since you guys are kind of giving your thoughts about
your volume is low, Cindy.
Hold on, let me turn it up. I have my fan on too. Hold on. Let me turn it off. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my thoughts, I agree with both.
She's a Gemini.
Oh, Gemini. Okay. I agree with both of you guys. However, I will say that because of everything that she's gone through, I don't feel like, yes, she wants to give chances to people, but when she was having her difficulties with, for example, Malaysia, because SoDeb just mentioned her, she was basically like, you're not being a good friend to me. So I want to know from your perspective, which one is it? Like you can't be viewed as a bad friend, quote unquote, right?
You said that she told Malaysia she's not being a good friend to her.
Yeah,
No, that's not what she. Remember they were at the beach. Why don't I remember this? They were at the beach, and when Malaysia said it to her, and she was like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." Because
I'm not talking about way in the past. I'm talking about last season.
Okay.
I think last season what bothered me, and that's a great point. Mm-hmm. I think what helps Brandi more are people who understand they're not doing stuff right.
Right.
And I think that last season what bothered Brandi, and it kind of bothered me too, which is why I was like, Malaysia need to leave. Is that Malaysia was like, well, I got stuff I don't care and I'm not dealing with. I don't want to handle. I got this, I got that. I don't care. Right. And she want me to, girl. So then, girl, there's no reason for me to make it
make sense.
But you have to also say the same thing is true that she's said that, used that same excuse. Jac'Eil has used that same excuse. A lot of the women have used that same excuse. So I don't want to also negate that she had that going on for herself as well, talking about obviously the health issues with herself and her son. You can't have somebody try to say like,
you got like an echo or something.
Really? I don't.
Maybe it's me. Go ahead, Cindy, because I can hear you.
Okay.
No, I can hear her, but it's like an echo or something.
Oh, so I don't know. I only have YouTube open once. Oh, now it froze. Okay, anywho. But what I was saying was I don't like the fact that if you want to give somebody a second chance, then you also have to live that truth for something that is affecting you personally. And I just don't understand how she could also use the excuse of like, she's getting defensive because Ev is being like, you're not being loyal to Brooke. And she can't really see that obviously the death of Brooke's daughter negates her wanting to give Jac'Eil a second chance. That's all I'm saying. Like I see.
Also, but Cindy, the history of this show is always Jac'Eil comes in hot, and they always have to forgive Cindy. They have to forgive Jac'Eil. That's been the LA girls thing every season.
Yeah.
So like when Brandi coming in trying to do the same thing to me, I was like, well, that's the normal thing for the LA girls.
Yeah, but again, like I said, the issue that I'm having with it is that losing a child should override.
It's very different. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like it's not just like, oh, crazy Jac'Eil ripping the dress off of her, and then you got to come back and give her a second chance. No. What she did was when she, even on the reunion, she went backwards and said, "I apologize. I just didn't know what to say." I was okay with Jac'Eil.
Yeah, because we talked about that.
I think where my issue is, or where quite the conundrum can be stated, is that we are on a show. Like, okay, you have problems with Jackie. You need to rectify those problems with Jackie and fix those problems with Jackie. But that doesn't mean I have to continue to sit. I have my own issues with Jackie. I can't take my own issues and your issues.
Right.
Like, so I talked to Jackie and said, I didn't like what you were calling me names. You said I was a liar. You said, now I don't rectify my issues with her. Okay. So now I can start inviting her to parties. You need to rectify your issues with her too. I cannot invite her around to eat lunch.
I think Brandi's coming in like they normally come in for the first few episodes for the LA girls. They're always mad at Jackie. And then like, he froze. And maybe it doesn't work for this group of girls because this is not the same. Huh?
You froze for a second.
You froze for a second. I think the universe was saying that we didn't want to hear what you had to say. No, it's okay. So that the universe was saying that the universe was saying that we didn't need to hear what you had to say. So we're gonna move on to the because we still have a whole lot more of the show to go.
That's just what I'm saying. I think what Brandi is doing, what they normally do with this franchise in LA, it's always the Jackie. Let's bring Jackie back to the fold. But these girls are not the girls from LA, and Brandi is missing the mark when it comes down to this. Because even we get back, we get like more into this review when Jac'Eil, I'm like, damn, Jac'Eil is reading Brandi for real. Like it was crazy to me, but I think that people don't understand like
it was giving pick me. It was giving pick me.
Who, Jac'Eil?
Yes, Glorilla was giving pick me. Sorry.
I think Jac'Eil was being very honest.
I'm sure she would, because she's honestly a pick me. So let's go to the next scene.
Okay.
And the next scene is Glorilla down here to the queens, aunties, whatever the place was. She said since she's a lesbian, she goes down to the lesbian places. She met up with Bree, the owner of the queens, aunties, the auntie queens, the queens queers, or whatever it was called. And she said that since her, she's been talking to her wife. She's trying to, figure out things to do within the area. She met the owner of this really nice LGBTQ IA spot where people learn about each other, they chill, they talk to each other. And she said that it was very difficult when she was coming up, when she met some of the ladies or some of the individuals at the establishment. They said, well, how long you been gay? She said, girl, I just got a baby, but I've been gay all my life. Okay. Yeah. All my life I've been gay. So then she talks about
I wanted to ask you this too, because we were here.
Okay.
What was your coming out story looking like?
We gotta go on to that.
Well, because it was a part of the show. So I definitely that's something I wanted to ask you. Like, what was yours looking like?
It was not difficult at all. When I first got my first boyfriend, I told my mom, and she was excited. She met him. She still has pictures up of him at her house because we went out to dinner and she met him, and he is still on the wall. My family loved him. They loved me. Like literally nothing changed. I think more so my male friends, the male friends that I have, all left in my life. But outside of that, everything else stayed the same. All of my female friends stayed the same. My family still loved me and cared for me. Brothers, sisters, cousins, everybody alike. The only people I lost were my DMV male friends. They said we're not with that gay stuff, and I never communicated with them again.
Wow.
The same thing happened for me. I think with I relate to Jac'Eil because my aunt is in the chat, so she knows because I did this with all of them together. Me and mom talked for like 3 days, and I'm like, my mom loves me. She's like, I'm her favorite person in the world.
Well, it's technically because I'm her favorite person, but
whatever, But it was hard. But I think that the best part of me coming out was me and my dad's relationship. Mm-hmm. My dad was like, "You're my son, and I love you," and like we didn't have like the best relationship before that. But after that, like we have had an amazing relationship. So. When Jac'Eil was talking about it, about her mom, I was like, wow, those 3 days for me were like years in my mind. And I hated those days because I was like, I want to be me, And I accidentally came out because I posted a picture of my husband on Facebook. My ex-girlfriend found out, told my family. It was a lot, but so when she told that story, like
you accidentally came out by posting your husband.
Yes,
on Facebook?
I was trying to send a text, but we were like drinking, and I was like my husband. We weren't even husbands at the time.
Okay,
but I sent him a text message, but I posted on Facebook instead. And then my ex-girlfriend seen it, told my mom, and it was a lot. But and I had to go. We drove home to go see my mom and like talk about it. My mom, her twin sister, and her youngest sister, we all had a conversation together, and it was a hard day. But happily, like it's good today. But that was a hard day for me.
Wow. See, my thing was I was always sexually attracted to both sexes, so I guess I've always been bisexual, and I told my mom that early, like in high school, because
you're younger than me though, so that makes sense.
Way younger, yeah. So
not way younger, but you're younger than me.
At least decades. So
and me at the time I was growing up, like this wasn't acceptable, and people weren't really like on it. So like you didn't want to come out, like you wanted to keep it private, and so like that's what I did the entire time. And I always said to myself, I was like, if I find somebody that I'm in love with, I'm gonna just tell people the next time they ask me. And I went through a whole thing, but there's something back up. When I eventually came out on accident, and it was a hard day because I love my mom. Like my mom, my best friend.
What did she say? What did she do? Because when I told my mom first time
she just wasn't talking to me.
Oh, for 3 days.
Yeah, but those was a long 3 days for me because I talked to my mom all the time.
Yeah.
So
my mom,
it was a long time.
I think in high school, the first time that somebody slobbed my knob, it was a guy, and I went to my mom. I'm just saying, and then I was crying. I was like, "Oh no, I'm gay now," and she was like, "That doesn't make you gay. Like, what are you talking about?" And my stepdad was there, who had been in jail. He's like, sometimes things happen. But from there, like I only dated women. So I never, like, the first time I had a boyfriend was 7 years ago, because I've been dating my fiance for 5, and so I want to say it was like 7 years ago. It was the first time that I had a boyfriend. I tried to date or talk to men and women depending on the time, but I always ended up in relationships with women. So it was never, I never had any of those issues. I never had any of. Cindy, what was your coming out story? How did what did you have to say when you told your parents you were straight?
As an ally, I don't have a coming out story. However,
did they say, "Oh my God, you're straight"? Like, did your mom stop talking to you?
Well, I think so. Deborah may have remembered this story, but one of my very favorite cousins was gay, and he was super flamboyant, and my grandmother was so mean to him that
I remember you telling me the story.
Yeah, I immediately became an ally. Like, I mean, he literally, this was at the height of AIDS. I remember I was like, my mom was like, he's sick, he doesn't want anybody to see him, and he was literally hiding in the closet, literally, like hiding in a closet because he didn't want me to see him in that way.
No.
Yeah, and he wound up passing away, but again, he had to stay away from the family, and I really have never forgiven my grandmother for that. I mean, she's passed now, but still, it's just a different time. So like I said, I immediately became an ally at that point. And as far as the show is concerned, I loved that scene because it just to me, it made finally some changes in the trajectory of the storylines. I really feel like she adds a lot to the show that I didn't know that I was missing, and I really just love to see it. So
I'm glad that she added that. Like what you're saying, Cindy. Like that was a great part for me because I'm like, damn, I remember my story.
Yep.
So it just brought me back to like when it happened for me. So I enjoyed that. Shout out to Jac'Eil for that.
Yep.
Shout out to Glorilla. I did enjoy that. And then they were saying, "Are you going to be doing more of this?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come out. I'm definitely gonna come out." Make sure I do more." So that was cute. And then I know you said you thought this was the Brandi show, but I felt like in my notes, every other scene was Jennifer and Christian.
Yeah, I agree.
It was more Brandi for me, but I mean, maybe because I love Brandi and that's
yeah. I'm about to say, what show are you watching?
The Brandi
really
show
was Jennifer and Christian most of the show.
Cindy, how you feel about Christian?
It was like very short scenes of Jennifer and Kristen.
No,
yeah, but they were a lot of them.
Yeah,
it was like, but they were very short because like after that, like half the rest of the half of the episode was Evelyn and Brandi arguing.
No, that was like the last 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it's only 40 minutes.
Yeah, and the other 40 were for Jennifer and Christian.
Yep.
And we have Brandi and Jason picking up from the airport. We had them going to the
that was 1 minute.
That we had them going to the thing with the painting thing.
That was 3. That was 3 or 2 minutes.
Then hold on, look at my notes. And then
let me look at my notes. And then Cindy, how you feel about Christian?
Then it was Brandi with the girls. I feel like he's a scammer. So
you do?
Not you taking me out.
I do. Yeah, I really feel like, you know, she really is in love. I'm happy for her. She you know, has had a rough go of it, but like I told Deb last season, is that her judgment on men has been horrible, and I don't expect it to change. So I am waiting for. I mean, this was now filmed. Yeah, this was filmed how long ago? Where was Paris? We would have seen pictures of the wedding by now, right?
I wish we was on my channel so I could play the.
We are
the Jelani. No, we're not, because I can't play my Jelani.
Yeah, please don't.
So, yeah,
because we miss Jelani. We love Jelani.
Yeah. What do you feel, Busy? Like I feel like I'm not trying. I don't want to, you know, rain.
I know. It's giving scammer vibes.
That's her.
If he was a little bit thicker, I would date him. I know people are saying that they feel like he's DL. I think he's straight. I think he's straight. I think he knows how to. What did that girl say on Real Housewives of Atlanta? I think Todd knows how to swerve. I think he finds himself in better positions than the last one. But I think he's a great. I like him for her. If he didn't seem like he was trying to get over on her,
right?
And I think we were talking more about that during that scene that she had. You saw what?
You feel like he's trying to get over her
during the scene. So after this scene where he meets up with the pickleball and they meet up again because this whole episode was about them. Once we get to that scene, that's when I started to say, "Wait a second, this seems scammy."
Right.
This scene though, when they're meeting for pickleball, so Deb, if you want to pull that up, I thought that this was great. I thought this was magnificent. I love them being together. Just basketball vibes, more of this, more of what Glorilla was doing, and it don't even have to be gay. Like you can just do
just show your life.
Yeah, normal civil servant things, volunteering, giving back, It could be normal stuff. I'm surprised that Brooke's not out there doing stuff with gun violence and making sure, do normal volunteerism, giving back, stuff. And then show people married or getting married on Basketball Wives. Show them playing pickleball.
I hear what you're saying, but I also feel like what I said in the chat. I never ever need to see their men ever. I never need to see the men. I never need to see Christian.
I think when they first started to date them, yes, and I also feel like for Jason and Brandi, yes, because. It's so much with Jason and Brandi where people are like, oh, he cheated on her with 3
I want to know what he looking like and what's going on with him.
I immediately think though, so Deb, when you see him, I don't he kind of takes away from her building with the girls. And I felt the same way with, what's his face? The Angel brings his man. I don't want
Rockstar
guys. And so that's why I'm also giving Christian side eye for that too, because
I can hear that.
But I think for Brandi, because it's such a bad space for her.
Let me just say, let me just finish this thought. The one thing that I feel like, again, why I give him the side eye is because she is constantly with him, and why is he always trying to be in her spotlight? Like even when they were dating before they got engaged,
I felt, yeah, you're talking about Christian, right?
yeah,
I felt the same way. When this scene came up, no lie, I paused it and I went to my partner and I said, "This man is in almost all the scenes with Jennifer."
he is, and he's been doing
But
interviews
Jennifer
with her
needs a story.
while they
But
were
Jennifer
married.
needs a storyline though, and
Yeah,
this is
and creating a wedding is a
Storyline.
storyline. You can do
Yeah.
that without your man.
But
Yep.
also, like, because we know the information about Kristen,
Mhm.
the things he's been through. There's a lot that has to be said, so I feel like that's why he's there so much.
But I think
I mean,
that
I like him.
I think that it should come from her perspective, the way the women used to do it. I don't need to see them in the scene. I really
I think
don't.
he's trying to clear up what happened.
I like him.
All right.
So they get there for pickleball. They're playing their pickleball. I really did love them together. So they talked about this huge age gap. How old is Jennifer? How old is Christian?
Well, let's look it up. Jennifer
another
is like
thing.
40
He
something.
He seems immature to me, so I don't like to hear him talk, and maybe that's because I'm much more mature.
She's
And
like, I want him to shut up. Put a
I just
bottle in your mouth.
He just sounds like a dumb kid to me. You know, like I don't know. I'm not.
So Jennifer's 48.
Uh-huh.
You froze.
I'm gonna find out how old he is. What's his name? Kristen what? Brooks?
Gold or something like that. I think it's like
Let's try to
Christian
find
Gold
Jennifer's
or
boyfriend.
Christian Code, something like that.
Let's see.
He has a record if you want to look in the files of the.
No, we did a whole video on that.
He does have a public record.
Yeah, so if you do need to go down his crime history, we can't find his age.
That's why Jennifer. Kristen Gold. Okay. Let's see if we can find his age.
Well, while you're doing that, I thought that this scene was cute. I do love couples getting together. I'm with you, Cindy, on shows like this. Like, I don't think they need to be obsolete, but I do love that when they come together, they talk a little bit, they share their experiences. We get another side of what these women are like or act like when their men are there. So I don't think it needs to be totally removed. Maybe we can slow it down a little bit because I do feel like Christian is in every episode. But I do love to see this softer, cuter side or competitive, whatever side of when couples get together. That's what makes me like or love these shows.
And we knew Jason and Brandy's gonna win.
Well, nobody even cares about any of that.
Oh, well, I did.
I didn't.
I mean, but it's me though.
Jennifer just goes so she can wear cute outfits.
Right, because he was like, that's 5. She was like, 5. So first round, champagne. Let's get champagne. Any reason to stop. Any reason to stop the game. But their conversation was good. They talked about how many dresses and everything. I felt like Jennifer was acting, in my opinion, a little bit more immature than Christian during this time because I feel like, but I've never been married. So I don't know, but I know I have big ideals for my wedding, but also I need a realist in the room to be like, okay, Busy, that can't happen. Yeah. And I feel like Jennifer is not getting. I think Christian is a realist. I don't want everybody to come to, but also maybe he's cheap or broke because he's like, do the people have to bring somebody else with them? Right. I want to know everybody who's on the list, and she's saying, well, I have 1 dress, but I need 3 dresses, really 4 dresses, because I'm changing in the middle of the third. This too much. Right. Girl, we already saw you douse with water from your first marriage. Do you need to recreate that? I don't know, Cindy. How do you feel about all the stuff she was talking about her marriage?
It just sounds like, again, Jennifer is the fashion girl. She is very gold diggery. I'm not.
Yeah, but nobody's donating. Dolce and Gabbana's not saying, well, our fashion girl Jennifer, we have to put you in one of the gowns.
I'm talking about what she looks for in a spouse, which is why I know that she really loves him because he definitely ain't got it. He already said, he has to pay, over $100,000 in restitution. She's like, well, that's the cost of the wedding. So I already see that being a problem. But again, like I said, she doesn't seem to make the best decisions with men, but whatever. I feel like she's being excessive, but she sounds like herself. She's being herself. And he's saying, I ain't got it, and trying to reel her in. That's why he was like,
He's like, I'm paying $50,000 a month.
right.
And baby, like, you want
and
5 dresses for a wedding.
And he has a child.
We don't have the money for this.
Right.
It's too much.
And he has a kid. So it's like, I'm sure the kid is not being raised without him contributing to that as well. So
Right.
Jennifer, get it together. Like, she's acted like she's marrying Bill Gates, and
Right.
this kid is not even, he doesn't have it.
How did you feel about her saying that he could drive Uber?
I believe it. I do believe that. I feel like Jennifer wants someone who has some sort of drive. Now, I don't think she wants somebody broke.
Right.
But I
he
do
does
feel like she
have
wants
the
someone
drive,
who
but he
is at
wants to
least
do-
showing ambition. She was dating that lady who had a food truck son. Like, I think she is okay
Oh,
with
she sure was.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not even just about the ambition. She has to also be realistic about the fact that, you know, he's not in the position.
He was a jeweler.
Yeah. Now Jelani had more money. We've seen
Jelani,
Jelani on
where
yachts.
is Jelani? Hashtag where's Jelani?
Right. But I just feel like her expectations need to be managed to who she's actually marrying and not this fantasy in her head. But regardless, pickleball. I can move on. I didn't really need to see the scene, but great couples.
Great couple gowns, beautiful gowns.
I did like it because it's not a Jac'Eil situation, because they always go to Jac'Eil for like couple stuff.
Right.
And so you have Brandi, you have Jason. And so even when they were talking about Jason and Brandi's relationship, she was like, he dated an astronomical, he had sex with an astronomical amount of women and then they asked those questions or whatever. But to me, I feel like that Jason and Brandi trying to clear up like that situation for them. And so I was okay with that part, because I want Brandi to I want this to go away.
It's not gonna go away.
But I wanted to, because there's been plenty of people who have cheated on their partners.
Okay,
yeah,
but not with that many people.
But wait, Brandi's the poster child for being cheated on, and like we've seen this with multiple people on all these shows.
Not with that many people.
Brandi,
they put a number to it. It's not going away. They put a number to it.
Yeah,
and that's where they messed up.
It's unfair.
Yeah, well,
that's their marriage.
But also exactly.
And they still are together. They still are working great together, and they work through this stuff. So like,
so then stick with the sticker that you got of 700 women that he had sex with.
It was 300.
It was over 300. But let me just say this really quickly, and these are facts. She and he went on Yanla, and that's how we found out. They didn't bring it up on the show, but
she was trying to fix the problem in her life. So she went to therapy. She's doing the right thing. She's doing the right things, but like, it's like, okay, so Brandi's doing all these things, and like, we can't let this go.
Yeah, no, we can't, and that's what Cindy's saying. The truth comes out.
He told the truth on Yanla.
But you also have to remember too, so Deb, like, you know, like, since they brought it out, it's a part of her storyline, and you know, from our reviews, I said that it still comes out it still comes out in different ways.
It does.
What I'm saying? You can tell that it still bothers her, and that's why she was just like,
it does not bother her. It bothers the world.
No. Even he said it though. He said it. He said that it affected how they get along and how
because she can't outlive it. Because y'all won't let it go.
Not y'all. No, because just like in this scene, he was like, "Oh my God, I'm even touching you." Because she can't let it go. It's not a us thing, so Deb. In that scene, when she was taking the paint off of him, she was like, "Oh, when the last time I've even touched you?" Like, he was like,
"That's what I'm saying." Thank you, Busy. Thank you.
I don't even want you to stop, because when's the last time you touched me? It is not a us thing. She's still dealing with it.
But she's been through a lot. Like, let her go through her things.
But
breaking up her past trauma.
But she put it on
it's
television.
Crazy. But because she was
what do you want us to do?
She was trying to be real and let y'all know what she's going through.
Okay, and now we're using her realness.
That's why everybody always brings up he's a cheater, because she brings it up.
Yeah, she's gonna be real with us. Then what we supposed to do with that information?
Oh my God, I don't know why you can't see that.
I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
Yeah, please let it go.
Because that is not true.
Let it go.
Okay, so now we're moving on to Evelyn. Evelyn is at Brooke's sister-in-law's house. Apparently, she's friends with Brooke's. Brooke's brother, sister-in-law. I mean, Brooke's brother's wife. So they all come together, and Evelyn let it be known that she's a whore. And she said herself, I've always been a single mother my entire life. I've always been a single mother my entire life.
That does not make her a whore, but she did say that.
She said, I've always been a single mother. I never had a man.
Fight for your life, Cindy, because you didn't have me down for Brandi. Fight for your life.
I've never had a man to take care of their children who was with me.
She had Shawnice when she was a teenager, so no, she was not married.
And now she has other children with other men. She said
she has one other child.
And the daddy's nowhere to be found. He's sitting out here trying to figure out how he can take down. He's trying to figure out how he can take down Megan Thee Stallion and not take it down his chair, take care of his children.
Okay, so let's move on.
So then Brooke comes in.
My girl, let's go.
She said, to be honest, and I don't. If somebody said it, I want to say it was Carl because Carl is messy, but
he is.
I want to say she came in, and as soon as the lady walked in, they said, "So where's the baby? Who's the baby's mother? Where the baby mother?"
Jay is a Jim. We on the same page.
Jay's a Jim.
You're on the same page.
You don't have to be here.
Why are we so hard on Evelyn though?
Because she's hard on her vagina.
She's not.
No,
she treats it like trash.
The thing about Evelyn, and I wish that you would even understand.
Y'all saw her paying that thing. She does not treat it well. She lets everybody get in that thing, get screwed up in it, and then she goes around saying, "Hey, mom, put it on the TV show." I want to see her and see everything. Evelyn Lozada. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. We're moving on. We're talking about Brooklyn. We're talking about Brooke and her daughter.
We're talking about Evelyn because that's what in the comments said.
We're talking about Brooke and her daughter.
Evelyn said when she was on a season with that girl Kenya, she said, "I've talked about things that I've done, and I've owned up to that stuff. So then, why are you downing her about the stuff that she's done?"
Right.
She's
always been open. She's always.
Why do you feel like? And I really want to be clear because I feel the same way about Brandi. How are we down?
What way about Brandi?
Maybe the verbiage, maybe the verbiage for you all can be changed a little bit. I'm not down to her. The lady is a slut from the 90s. Okay,
you heard that on TV.
I just okay. Let me just say this for all of the women. I don't feel like if it were a man, we would not be calling her a slut.
We would not. We would not.
And I feel like it's. Let me just finish. Please let me get it out. Busy.
I'm sorry.
I got you. I'm gonna be quiet.
I just
let me mute myself.
Especially we're all watching the show, right? Yeah. And as men, I feel like it's disrespectful to continue saying that when men don't hold other men accountable when they are with multiple women. And Carl has been with plenty too. In fact, they called off their engagement because he cheated on her. So I just feel like you can't call someone who is being an active parent in their kid's life because she had 2 kids way spaced out. You could see that Shawnice was in her 20s and then she had the baby. And she was trying to get pregnant because her life had changed.
And Odo Sicko headbutted her.
Yes. And I don't feel like if that were a guy and that was his story and he had 2 other children, no one would be calling him a slut like that. Like I just
my best friend said he didn't cheat on anyone, Cindy.
He did, Carl. He did. He cheated on her. But
no, because his name is Carl too. That's why he said that.
I understand. Yeah, I got it. That's all I'm saying is I understand that you have a perception of her, but like I said, if it were a man and whatever your experiences have been in it, as men, nobody's calling you a slut. And I just feel like she's always been honest with her life. And I don't feel like because she's had multiple, children, spread way across or multiple partners, that makes her a slut. She and what's wrong with a woman? And what's wrong with being a woman sharing her sexuality?
I have no problem with a woman sharing her sexuality, and I want to be very clear. Men be hoes, women be hoes, y'all be hoes. I'm not saying that. Excuse me, I'm speaking. I'm not saying that. I'm downing her more than I'm downing him. I don't like that man for the reasons of him being an absent father and trying to take down Megan Thee Stallion. Right. We all have our things that we are dealing with, but the thing is, as she printed out that CVS Best Buy receipt, I have a lot more things to talk about with her than I do with her spouses or her partners. Unfortunately, she has decided to divulge her life and expose who she is and what things she's done on social media, television, and the World Wide Web. Okay, and her partners did not do as much. I think we have a lot more to say about Otto Cinco and who he wanted, but outside of that, we don't know the rest of the men. I don't know who booty hole she was licking. She talked about eating booty holes.
But Cindy is.
She talked about eating booty holes, and I don't even know who booty holes she even eating.
Busy.
So
Cindy
she's putting her business out there, and then I have the right to discuss it and talk about it. And she talks
about it. If it was a man, y'all wouldn't be doing this to them.
Well, I need to give me the man who's out here telling me that they're eating booty holes.
Diddy has literally been.
And we have dragged him. Go to men. Go subscribe to Make It Make Sense.
Y'all didn't know R. Kelly. Y'all haven't known any people who have been doing this stuff. But
R. Kelly's in jail. We dragged him and he went to jail. Go to Mim's channel and we can talk about Diddy. It's not that men don't be held accountable. They're not out here telling it as much as Evelyn Lozada.
Well, she's not telling it all the time, and you're making it seem like every scene.
Cindy, hold on, give me a second.
She talks about who she's sleeping with, who
R. Kelly was doing this years ago,
and as you're older than me, and it's your generation who kept him alive.
And I canceled him when I saw the video. But Evelyn cannot sleep with men and be like and be not a hoe, and it's crazy to me.
Right.
Now she's a private investigator. I'm not going to argue about what I am not going to talk. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth about who is coming into Evelyn Lozada's vagina.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Even when you're talking about Brandi, the fact that she stayed with that man that's her decision.
Right.
But Brandi and Evelyn, for me, and this is why I love them most, because they're the underdogs when it comes to people. Y'all won't let things go when it comes to them. Brandi decided to stay with the man after he cheated on her. Even Malaysia told her, listen, don't let that man stay. And she stayed. Evelyn says, listen, I know what I've done, and I admit the things that I've done. She said this on the show. We. Can I finish what I'm saying? And she's a hoe, but
yeah.
But I ain't want to say the N-word, but they doing the same thing, and nobody's calling them guys that same thing.
Right.
But who says that? Just like Make It Make Sense. He called people.
We have literally watched Rashida's husband cheat on her, and the word "hoe" has never came.
And he's one too.
And he's cheating with that girl again now.
Yep.
And we have Safari has done the same thing.
Yep.
And he's one too.
Yeah, but you don't.
He's never been a hoe on the show. So why does Evelyn have to be a hoe every time?
We do talk about him in that way. I don't think the masses are saying it.
Especially when she's not even talking about her personal life. Now,
I don't care if she was up here making avocado toast. She a hoe.
Okay. I feel like it's disrespectful. So I'm just saying.
It is. It's very disrespectful.
I feel like it was disrespectful for her to treat her body like that throughout the years.
Wow.
I think it's disrespectful for people to not give women the same grace that they give the men.
Right.
I don't give the men grace.
Y'all don't call Safari the hoe. You'll call him hoe.
Well, we're not talking about Safari right now, but if we were, we talk about Safari and Big D. Now he was slinging it around inappropriately.
Evelyn Lozada, you never call Safari host.
I don't even watch that show.
But no one ever. It's never.
But the reality is, so Deb, and
it's not fair.
It's all I'm saying is that, last episode she did meet with that girl and they did talk about her personal life. But other than that, she really doesn't even talk about that. We see her working on her, fitness line. We see her, meeting with, last season was I forget the lady's name, with the bangs. We see her talking about the reason why she didn't talk about Carl was because out of respect for
her son.
For her son. So and I just feel like, okay, she said that yes, she did sleep with this person and that person, but we're not.
And she ate somebody booty hole. She got on offers. So then, what are we supposed to do with this information?
That's what I'm saying.
I think that we would stop being so hard on Evelyn and even Brandi's situation because it's not fair. Like, give them the same respect y'all give everybody else when y'all talking about them.
Right.
I'm always gonna be a Brandi and Evelyn stand because to me the underdogs are always gonna be even they're like not even underdogs.
You know what? So let's keep it like this. Saint Evelyn met up with Brooke.
You ain't gotta call her Saint Evelyn, but just call her Evelyn.
Evelyn met up with Brooke. She's now going into a new career path.
Right.
Brooke comes in. The people are saying, "Oh my God, what happened to your daughter? Do you know what's going on with your son? What's happening with your son? Do you have the name, address?" And Brooke is like, "Oh my God, I don't know any of this stuff. This is why I teamed up with Evelyn because Evelyn is a private investigator. I don't know if I should call her that because she only did it once. So sleeping with multiple people and having babies is not a hoe. So I don't know if her just only researching somebody twice as a private investigator. So I'm gonna say she's looked up some stuff before. And then Brooke starts to bring up Sean's mental issues, which is very weird to me because everybody kept saying, why is everybody bringing up Evelyn's child? Evelyn's child's not on the show, and this is a fair. Y'all to call her a hoe and to call her all these things. But the thing is, just like Evelyn did with her child, is the same thing that Brooke's doing. If they started calling him names or saying stuff about him, she's using her son's trauma or mental disability as a storyline. And y'all don't want people to say anything about this, but she's like, yeah, he has had mental illnesses since he was 9. I had to put him in a psych ward. But then when you say something about it, and the people are like, well, that's the child. He's not on the show. Why are you? This lady is telling us all this man's business.
I was kind of concerned, like, what did he do?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
The way that she said it, I didn't want to know either. But I was like, well, what did he do? In my mind, like at home, I'm like, what did he do? But the way she said it, like whatever he did was horrible. And
she mentioned even when Kayla was still here, that he had that's why we didn't see him was because he had mental issues. But again, her talking about her child and the women talking about the other people's kids is not right to me. But she's talking about her experience with her son. So I'm wondering and I'm worried, like maybe he didn't really.
And you can also understand why the mother of the child doesn't even be bothered with him either.
Right.
And however they ended up having sex to have a baby, I don't know. But like, if she doesn't want to have to deal with that family, it makes sense to me.
Right.
And Brooke trying to figure out grandmother's rights, I understand that as well. But like, if he's causing havoc, like, I mean, I understand.
Yeah, me too. But again, in Brooke's defense too, I understand her.
But
that she just lost her daughter, so she, if
what I do want to say.
Can she finish what she's saying?
Oh, no, I was saying. But go ahead.
Go ahead, Sandy.
I was just saying, I feel like, because she did just recently lose her daughter. And I know people are like, I'm kind of tired of that storyline, but I mean, that's life. Like, you don't just get over that. So if she has a granddaughter out there, she wants to be a part of her life, regardless of, whatever kind of instability her son may have. She wants to see the girl at least, and I think she deserves to see the baby, but whatever. That's just me.
I agree. So then this is when St. Evelyn had decided, like, look, I really understand what Brooke's problem is and what's going on. She has a lot that she's dealing with, and I feel like more people need to give her more grace because they don't understand how well she's dealing with all of the things that she's been going through and how she's been holding up and how she's been moving forward. I'll keep my comments to myself, and then we go to Jennifer and Christian, who are now meeting again throughout this episode to talk about their wedding. Before they started to talk about their wedding, Christian was like, "Look,
are these people not weird to y'all?"
You said what?
Yeah.
Are these people not weird to y'all?
Yeah, they are. They kind of creep me out.
They are creepy. Yes, they are very creepy to me. I'm sorry. Are
y'all xenophobic? Is it because they live in Paris?
No, it's like when they call, it's like, "Oh, girl, what's the money? Yeah, well, you have to go. Pay the money. The money is the part."
Because like I'm planning a party across the seas, girl. We don't work like y'all work in America. Where the money at?
We got to finish the budget questionnaire. Like it was like it's always money.
Where the money at? Girl, this is not America. We don't work on you look nice. Where the money at? We don't work on, oh, you got cameras behind you. Girl, where the money at?
Well, I also
They're like, yeah, girl, you got 4 dresses, but where's the money?
Right. I don't care about none of that stuff.
Exactly. But I do kind of wonder too, like, you know, Jen had this big rollout of her hair and she doesn't want her man to work. So is her hair selling? Are we still on the hair?
I thought she did. I thought she was doing dance things.
No,
Wait,
she was doing
what?
her hair. She had like went to all these hair shops.
Wait, I'm sorry. What happened?
How is Jennifer? They said, how is Jennifer getting her money? That's what Cindy wants to know.
Well,
I'm
you know,
just
she has
curious.
Lucid
Where's her
with the
hair?
lip gloss.
She has what? Oh, the lip gloss thing.
Yeah, Lucid with the lip
So
gloss.
everything is. Oh, so this is Go Naked Hair. So she's getting. She has lip gloss. What else?
She does the YouTube channel with Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's something else she does. I can't think what it is. But I remember Lucid and the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just remember, I mean, because even.
And then she
Jelani
does the
went
show.
Yeah. Jelani went to the whole, remember she had the
Oh,
whole
and the hair.
show. That's
Yeah,
what I
the hair.
said. So if she doesn't want her young man to be working, how is the hair selling? That's what I was asking.
And remember, she was braiding that hair. You got to get her hair back.
Right. You know, remember that long, like super long one that was dusting the floor? She was just like, no, you got to bring that back. You got
Yeah.
So where's the hair?
I don't know. Let me read this from Mim. Mim says, y'all remember when Shawnee thought Ev had slept with Shaq? It's because Shawnee knows her friend has no. Shawnee never thought that she slept with him.
Man, we're gonna have to have a conversation because I talked to Gabor today during lunch. Well, it was during lunch.
I don't know what Mim was talking about because Shawnee never thought that Evelyn slept with him.
Tammy insinuated that Evelyn slept with Shaq.
I know. Yeah, I remember that because and she said that Jennifer told her that.
Right.
But Shawnee never thought that Evelyn really did that.
Right.
So this is the conversation where, because we got to move along.
Okay.
We need to have a whole nother episode of why Cindy and Sodev feel like these hoes are wrong. So I'll do that. We'll do that next week. So look up for that episode of why Cindy and Sodev feel like these hoes can't be called hoes.
I look, if I don't mind you calling people a hoe, but if you're gonna call them a hoe, call all of them a hoe. Don't just single out one person.
I think that the hoes been with hoes, and I want to know what hoe Evelyn was, what whole booty hole Evelyn was in. I think that they are hoes.
So you have questions. You have questions.
I have questions about the hoes that these hoes been with. Let me know. So this is where when I was agreeing with Cindy, I have a nasty taste in my mouth now, but when I was agreeing with Cindy, this is when I started seeing all of those I'm looking for a sugar mama things. Okay, because he was like, well, I know that we got a lot of stuff coming up. You said 1 dress, 2 dress, 3 dress, 4 dress. And you inviting all these people. You know, I still got restitution to pay, and it's giving around 100, 2,000, 100. It seemed like he didn't want to say the number, to be honest.
It was 250K.
It was 250K, but he was like, "Well, this is real large over, we got a couple of, these are to talk about the case being over 10 years. She started going into it was giving love after lockup. I paid my dues to society. I didn't even hit the girl. I just, I got 10 years and I still got to pay this part off. And yeah, I'm doing what I need to do, but we need to figure this out. And it was really weird to me.
Don't skip ahead yet. I'm just asking, since we were in agreement in that, does that not give you scammer vibes?
No, that's what I'm saying. When I was with you, this is when we both agreed on stuff. I felt like this conversation is really giving scammy. And you know what's really interesting to me? And I don't know if anybody else peeped this. We didn't get an ending to that conversation.
Right. At all. And so that's why I was like, we're back to scamming.
We giving scammy because she could have said, well, that's only $50K a month.
Right.
You can figure it out. But the wedding's next month. Girl, no. You just say, because when he said, well, I guess I should, when she said, I guess I should call her, And I was thinking, wow, she about to call the bank.
I didn't know who they were.
The money.
Right. Go ahead.
That's what I
think
thought.
it was
Yes,
the
me
probation-
too.
I think it was the probation manager because he can't even. And that's why. That's why.
But then they're showing us they call these people.
Right. But I
Should I call her? You want to call her? Well, I mean, we gotta do something with this. Let's call her, and then we call this white lady and the black woman with the bad wig and a bob.
Everybody's scared me at this point.
It was giving scammy.
We're talking about his probation manager, and I'm sitting there thinking, 10 years is a long time, and you still owe over $200,000.
That's a lot.
It for 10 years. Oh,
I need to see the case because he said he didn't hit her. He was trying to walk in the door. Like what was going on?
He said he blocked the door, and the judge sent him to jail because he didn't like her.
It's giving love after lockup.
Thank you. That's
it's giving love after lockup.
It really is, and that's why I'm like, why would you plan a wedding in a different country and you don't even know if you could leave?
Your man could barely leave, girl. He don't even got a passport.
He can't even leave. I'm like, you realize he's a convicted convict, right? Like, I'm just concerned with Jennifer and her decision making. I'm sorry. Anywho.
And she had that whole documentary about scammers.
Yes,
and yes. Your man, while one man was getting locked up and going into jail, you was getting one who was coming out. Girl, you ain't doing nothing different.
Right. And that is my concern. That's what I've been saying. Right, so Deb?
You have been saying that, Cindy. You have been.
I have been saying it. So, anywho. Okay.
I still love it for Jennifer, though.
I'm sure you do. So then we get to Glorilla, and she brings everybody to go to Project Angel Food, which sounds like an amazing organization. We'll get there, but as everybody's showing up, we're riding on the bus. Glorilla, pick me Glorilla, has decided she's not going to invite Jackie. I just felt like all of you all didn't really want. No, because you know what's bothering me about this, and I'm going to say it, and I'm not going to take it back.
Okay.
I love
you.
Let me just say, I love your impersonation. Every time, I'm always hollering.
Y'all still get my nerves. So she's like, "Well, I didn't want to invite Jackie because I knew there's so many." Okay, girl. But this whole episode, to be honest, this whole entire episode was about the end of the episode. Let me say that. And then snippets throughout it were about loyalty. Who do you befriend? And who are you loyal to? And how do you be loyal to your people? We are mad at Brandi because she's not showing loyalty to Brooke, even though you should be because you befriended her. Glorilla has been loyal to and in some way, shape, or form been on Jackie's side. But now she's not inviting Jackie to stuff. But nobody's saying, girl, Jackie. That's a little strange. You need to be a little bit better, Glorilla. Y'all pick and choose.
I don't know, Jackie. I'm like, girl, you just got here last season.
No, y'all picking and choose. And even if I just got here, if that's the side that I said I was going to be on, and I went around and talked about it, then that's the side I'm going to be on. But nobody's batting an eye at the fact that she done switched. It's giving pick me.
It is. You're right. I will say I like her. I like her, but you're absolutely right because But then I think maybe Jackie threw a wrench in that a little bit. When she was just like, I love you, but bye.
Bye. She dismissed her, and I felt like
she did. But then after that, they had that conversation, and Glorilla went around and said, I talked to Jackie, and she said she wanted to talk to you. She even went to go back for her. So you picked that side. And now all of a sudden, you don't know Jackie no more? Girl, you're getting pick me. I wouldn't try.
You see what I mean? I love you, though. Bye-bye.
I wouldn't be on her side. I would not be on her side. It's giving pick me. It's giving pick me. And and this is what's convoluted about this whole season. It makes me so frustrated. Evelyn did the same thing too, talking to Cheyenne. All y'all hoes not loyal. Like it's just everything is bothering.
Can we go back to that conversation?
Right.
Because didn't Evelyn go through a whole thing last episode about knowing Cheyenne?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't Evelyn. That was Brooke. Brooke knew Cheyenne.
But Evelyn said she knew her too.
No, she didn't.
No.
I thought we talked about that last week.
We did not. No. Brooke knew her. Like Evelyn did not know her. Evelyn went out to know her.
Right. No. And Evelyn said that she could relate
Evelyn
to
went
her
out because she said she knew her.
No.
It was.
I'm gonna go back and look at it because I feel like she said that she knew her.
No,
It's not going to change the fact that you're wrong. Okay, so we're telling you you're wrong now.
I'll go back.
Okay, because I was going to say Brooke is the one that said that she's a wild girl, and
because what was the word they were blurring out that Brooke was saying about her too? That's why I didn't understand what you were saying.
She said she was sucking dick in the back of the. She said that Cheyenne was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said you could not predict what Cheyenne was going to do, and Brooke also said you a friend of Jackie's that she knows Cheyenne is a friend to none.
Right, and she also said that because they went on that girls trip together, that she got to see the real her, and so
she know how she is.
Yes.
Yeah. So Ev relating to her, Brooke was kind of side-eyeing Ev a little bit, in my opinion. My opinion, she kind of was looking at her like, "Girl, you don't even know her like that."
That's what I felt.
Because she said she knew her. I'm gonna go back.
Can we talk about that, Cindy? Because I felt that too. Sometimes I feel like Brooke really got a head on her shoulders, and then other times it's like, well, but you're not going the way you just say you thought.
Right.
The last episode, she was like, you don't know her like that. Yep. And then you going out and having coffee with her and tea with her, and then we don't know the type of person she married before.
Yeah. Huh? I felt like that was
she wouldn't have come with her because she said she married before.
She did not say that, Deb.
I'm gonna go back and look at it.
We already heard that. He gotta go. So Cindy, so this is where the problem is.
Well, hold on one second. What she said she wanted to meet her for was because the girl was looking around. Cheyenne was looking around like, what? What
did I just get thrown into?
Her. So Ev wanted to talk to her without Jackie, but I feel like Ev would not appreciate somebody doing that to her, taking her friend outside of the group.
And that's exact. Can I get an amen? This is where my issue is. So they don't want Brooke to talk to. They don't want Brandi to talk to Jackie because it's not okay for Brooke. Right. It is okay for Glorilla to go against Jackie and not invite her because the group don't want it. It's okay for Jen to talk to Cheyenne because he wanted to get to know her, but it's not. It just none of this stuff makes sense.
But also busy like this the situation like Ev doing that. Like I did feel a little bit away. You know, she's one of my favorites, but I thought it was odd that she would want to meet with her. That's number one. But as far as Brooke and Brandi go, I feel like Brandi, her wanting to bring Jackie into the fold, I feel like I said earlier that Brooke losing her daughter and her situation that she had with Jackie should have trumped her trying to bring her back into the fold. If that makes sense. Yeah.
But I think that Brandi's just playing the politics of like how they do the show. So every season,
I think that it's.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
I'm sorry because we've been interrupting you.
Interrupting. LA always starts. It's always we gotta go talk to Jackie because we all hate him. Malaysia and Brandi every season is always we gotta go talk to Jackie and make amends with Jackie. I don't think that Brandi knows the game when it comes to this group of girls because it's a different group.
Yeah, but I just feel like when and also Ev was again. I love her so dead, but I felt like it was a little shady being like, how well do you know Jackie? And I'm like, ma'am,
I don't think that anybody knows Jackie for real.
I understand that, but I still, you don't go behind the woman's back
exactly
and talk to the lady and have drinks with her.
Exactly.
Like, that was a little weird, no?
It's I mean it can seem weird, but I feel like it's not weird because that's how
my God. No, see, I can't deal with it.
Listen. This is why I'm saying this because that's how they always start the season off every season.
But
so that's why it makes sense to me.
Brooke and Brandi is different though. So Dan,
I understand that, but I don't think that Brandi understands what's happening. Okay. And so Brandi's like, every season we go back, we gotta go make amends with Jackie. Jackie's out the HBIC in this season, and Brandi doesn't understand this. Brandi is literally coming in and out of this show all the time.
But so Deb, at the cooking show, they told her that she made a mistake. That so Brandi knew. So
she did.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that she doesn't know that she has a problem with her. What their problem is why Brandi is not getting that. And I understand what she said, maybe because I've been knowing her for like 10 years. But ma'am, you can't just have somebody in here when they on national television, disregarded someone's dead daughter. And I
agree with what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that I feel like Brandi's coming in like the regular, like thinking that this is how things go. But Jac'Eil's not the HBIC anymore.
But they made it clear to her at her cooking event that they were not cool with her.
Right.
So then why keep trying?
So I feel differently about that, but I want to wait till we get to that part. So let's get to Glorilla.
Okay.
And the
the
they talked about who was invited, who wasn't invited. She said she didn't invite Cheyenne. Brooklyn was asking why not Brooklyn. Brooke was saying
my
not Brooke
is here talking and he doesn't know he doesn't even watch this show.
It doesn't matter. Carl's here because he's messy. Carl is a messy queen. So Brandi was like, y'all was sitting here getting on me, but why wasn't we getting on Evelyn for talking to Shine? Which I would, to be honest, if I was on that bus, I would have been like, well, see,
not Shawnee.
That's true.
I'm calling her Shawnee. Like, you don't fit into what I say, Glorilla.
Cheyenne is her daughter, though. I mean, Shanice is her daughter, though. So, like, don't mix them up.
Oh my God! Okay, so Cheyenne, this show about to end on episode 5. I'm telling y'all. So, because we gotta go. So say Evelyn, and we can't Cheyenne because we can't say Shy. So I was with Brandi when she said that, and then Evelyn's like, "Excuse me, dummy," because I can't call anybody else, but we can't. Evelyn's allowed to call Brandi a dummy, and she said, "Well, we didn't know Shy, so you need to shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, dummy." Either way, they talk about the pickleball.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
Oh, shocker!
She does talk like that, but normally to people who I really don't like, and I felt like that was beneath her. She should not have done
beneath
that.
Evelyn. Well, say Evelyn.
Evelyn.
It was beneath Evelyn for real.
It was beneath her.
It was beneath her. Y'all, we have about 52 people in the comments. Can y'all let me know? Can y'all let us know as a panel? Do you think that Evelyn calling Brandi dummy was beneath her? 1 or 2, yes or no? Please let us know if calling someone a dummy was beneath Evelyn. Now,
it was.
Keep in mind what is beneath Evelyn.
It just sounded so childish. Like it's not something that I feel like Evelyn would say.
Me neither. She's older than Brandi. She started the franchise, and she doesn't need to stoop to name calling. However, like I said, I'm used to her doing it with people that I really don't like, so I never cared. But I kind of cringe when she did that. I feel like she's every time I think like she has matured past certain things, I'm like, oh, that she didn't need to call a girl a dummy. Like, come on. I was cringed.
She's a dummy, but I'm gonna leave it alone. So then we talk about pickleball, and then we go to the project.
We're way past pickleball.
Oh, they talked about it on the bus, dummy.
Oh. Okay, ho.
So, and I take that and I take that proudly. Okay, and I move on. So. Then they said Big Jason was doing a lot, and then this was another thing that I had a problem with, and it's just like, Evelyn, what are you digging her fishing for? She's like, well, how did your mom feel about your husband sleeping with 700 men?
Oh my God, this was a mess.
Yeah, I was like,
see, but this is where my problem is. I'm sorry, Cindy, and I love you, Don, love you dearly, and so they're just dumb. So. My problem is
a hole, and that's fine.
How Evelyn's getting passes to do what she want to do with everybody.
It's her friend.
But when we have problems with when we talk about Evelyn's business, it's like, oh, Shakonda, why is Evelyn she's so invested in whether or not we can't talk about Evelyn's rotten puss.
That's not what's happening.
She's able to look up whether or not Jackie was convicted of prostitution. Now she's talking about how does your mother feel about your husband sleeping with all these? How is Evelyn getting all of these passes?
We're not giving her passes of that. And like I said, first of all, I feel like her talking about her husband, which Brandi went on Iyanla Save My Life.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. So she brought that. She brought that to the public. She brought that to the public. However, so I don't, when you're in a fight, you don't care where you hit. And that's
right. Go low.
That was the easiest way for her to go low. But I felt like she went low first by calling her a dummy, because I don't feel like her trying to, stand up for her friend, which is allegedly Jac'Eil, needs to have a name called to her.
Now she calling her dummy. Then she saying, "So how does your mom feel about your man sleeping with half the world?"
Well, that's an easy trigger.
That is
for
an easy
Brandi.
read. It's an easy read.
It's easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's calling her a hoe.
I know it is, and that's why Brandi called her a hoe.
And that's why she called her a hoe.
So she said, "Mind your business." Then we get to Project Angel Food. So Deb, can you do me a favor?
Well,
Can you stop talking and look up Project Angel Food and then put the donation thing into the chat so that if individuals want to donate, I thought it was a really great organization. So Glorilla has set up
this busy.
I'm sorry?
We already talked about this.
I don't remember talking to you about anything.
We are at the end of the episode.
Okay, so can you look it up so we can continue?
Yes.
So we get to Project Angel Food. Glorilla has set up to me a really great event where Project Angel Food is where they used to provide funding for and meals for individuals who was dying of AIDS and HIV, which we have progressed so long and so far, which is amazing. And now we are sending food and funding to individuals who are living with HIV and AIDS, but then also those, to be honest, I felt like they went truly to like the Black community. And they're talking about people who were dealing with cholesterol issues, those who were dealing with just all types of issues with regards to like blood health.
So it's for heart disease, lung disease, diabetes, kidney failure, and all forms of cancer and HIV.
People in need.
And I thought that was really, really, really amazing. And what bothered me, and y'all say what y'all want to say, and I'm going out here to heat. My grandma always said, you don't want to eat food for somebody who has a mean spirit,
right?
Because then you digesting that in. And here comes Evelyn.
Oh my God!
Well, she didn't make the food. Busy. She did not make the food.
I don't even want it packaged by her. Don't put your hand over it. She says, "Oh, if she wanted, she could get it." She came in asking me questions. Or whatever she's looking for, she's gonna get it. And it's like, girl, we're doing something for charity.
I think
don't you want to talk about your daughter? Don't you want to talk about your mother who lives in that apartment that you want to take her out of? In
her mother want to move out of that apartment.
There's so many things you could talk about. Knowing where Evelyn came from because she decided to show us her life when she wanted to turn it around. Knowing everything that she's came from, there's so many moments that she could have said, my family, my cousins, my abuela, my mom, my sister, all of these things she could have talked about. No, she said, oh, she want to take it there? Oh, I want to give the girl what she's looking for. This was a great moment for just us to get together and have the drama when we have drinks.
Right, but you also have to realize.
And she said that. She actually said that on the show.
I understand what you're saying, Busy, but also you have to understand. I mean, I don't know what sign Ev is, but I'm a Leo. I feel like her loyalty to Brooke and knowing that she lost her child, she gets wound up and it kind of negates whatever she's doing. So she sees an enemy and she goes towards the enemy. And I will say, for me, a lot of times I've had to mature past, and thankfully I have. But when I see somebody as an enemy or disloyal, especially to someone who's really going through it, I don't care where I am. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that's what it is. So
I hated it. I don't like negative,
but I love
because I love volunteerism, giving back scenes. I don't like when it turns to something else. Even I was upset when Claudia was trying to address Nene during the whole boys to men thing on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's just like, can we there are so many times we can film together.
We can talk about
this. But you're talking about like they had an altercation, they didn't have one. She said on the show, she's like, I don't want to get into
but that's a negative spirit to have when you're trying to put together this stuff.
Can I finish what I'm saying? She said she's not gonna get into a Brandi because of the event that they are at. And she did not. Her and Brooke were having a conversation and they let it go. It wasn't, they were having one at that moment. They were having one afterwards.
I agree.
And so give her credit. Like she didn't argue.
I'm
with
not
her
going to give
about
her anything. I'm just telling you what
The,
I
the
personally
reason why the
like.
conversation started was because Brooke said that Brandi looked confused, and Evelyn said she is confused. It wasn't because of even Evelyn. So like,
Right.
let it go.
Yeah, but then even Evelyn could have said, and Brooke, her nasty. Oh,
She
let me leave
did
it
say,
alone.
she's like, but I don't
Even
want to
Evelyn could have said, you know what? Let's
at.
talk about this after. To me.
But they brought it to her. So was she not supposed to respond?
She could have
responded.
said, girl, wait till we have drinks after.
She
I have a
literally
lot to
told
say
Brooke,
about
I don't
that.
want to talk
She
about
She
it.
could have even
because
said,
of the things that were happening.
because she looked confused. But wait till we leave here. I
But
just
she did
feel like
say
there's
that.
a
She was
certain
just like, this is not the
decorum.
right time. She basically said this is not the right
It's
time.
not that she said the actual words.
I didn't like her spirit.
No, Busy.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I think when they went around and get people those food, like it was a great moment.
That was amazing.
Like, I come in, let me. It was a great moment, and like
I do wish they would have blurred out those people's faces, but overall, I do think that was a.
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
I wish they would have blurred out those people's faces.
Why?
But
they show like one person's face. I
know that they signed release forms and stuff like that. Like because I worked in production before, so I know they had to do all of that stuff. I think my only issue was that. I think a main majority of it was tied to the LGBTQ. I don't know because we don't know what those people were getting the food for.
Right.
And I because they filmed it and pushed it as this LGBTQIA community thing, and knowing they did mention, cancer, heart defect,
or even just giving awareness of the program.
Right.
And that's why I said I wish they would have blurred out their face because we still could have seen them giving the food.
But
I just wish they would have.
You also have to, I've been a caregiver before, and I think that it does help, to put a face with an organization. Mm-hmm. So the people could have been really happy to say,
I would love to do this.
Yes, I would love to do something to help these people that, maybe because they showed one older woman, maybe that woman related to somebody and reminded them of their grandma, and so to help give, I don't have a problem with them showing their faces.
I think that also like just giving out the list of things that they are with now, like we don't know what to do really have.
We don't.
Yeah,
but I feel like the stereotype is why I wish they would have blurred their faces.
I think that people don't. I think that people who are not struggling with those things care more than people who are actually struggling with those things. Right. And because I've done a lot of community service. A lot of people really they don't care because it's a great thing to help people. Mm-hmm. I'll shout out to Ada Martin project in Columbus, Ohio. We used to go around and give out sandwiches to people that were homeless people. And she passed away years ago. I don't know if they still even do it anymore, but I love doing that. Like
you should look it up. Maybe we can donate.
It was a passion project for me because her reason for why she did it was just so amazing. And doing like community service as a kid, it just meant so much to me. And like going to the trains and the old trains and giving people food and it meant a lot to me. So can
you put the thing back in the chat so that everybody can get it?
Huh?
Can you put the donation thing?
The link.
Yeah, if you wanna donate,
what?
please. Yeah, put the link
to the Ada Martin.
Oh, I don't know who that. To the Angel Food.
That's the link that you have right here.
I know, but can you put it back in the chat if they want to? I don't know how far
it is. I'm gonna just pin it.
Okay. So then from there we get to the dinner. I feel like we about to have differing opinions about this. So let's just get started. We have Evelyn, Glorilla, Brooke, and Brandi talking. Brooklyn wants to start off with the loyalty. Brooke wants to. Why I keep calling her Brooklyn? Oh, Big Brother. Brooke starts off with the loyalty comment.
Do you have a picture of the dinner?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I'll do it. Oh, you got it.
Yep.
Sorry, Busy. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good. No, I wanted y'all to talk because I was about to.
No. Go ahead.
They start talking about the loyalty and the comments around the loyalty and what's going on. And Brandi feels like she's being a good friend. She's doing what she can as a person. And what's wrong with everything that she's doing, even if she's moving forward with Jac'Eil. And Brooke said she feels like she's not being a good friend.
Right.
The conversation kind of calms down, and Evelyn decides she wants to interject herself. She says, "It looks like you're being a mouthpiece
Yep.
for her. Do you really feel like she's a good person? Do you actually really feel this way?" And this is when I changed my opinion about what I feel like Brandy's doing, because she said, "Well, I would hope." And it brought me back to, and I'm going to give shout out to the producers. I don't really do this that much on this type of show, but shout out to the producers, and it brought me back to her husband hasn't been the best to her, and with all those things she's gone through. And the thing that Brandy has to keep and go on is hope. Hopefully, I'll beat cancer. Hopefully, my son will beat whatever this is. Hopefully, my husband will, come back to it. Hopefully, this is when she kept saying, I hope. You think Jackie's gonna be that way? You really think I hope. Girl, I don't know. I don't know what's fact, but I hope she will. And that's how it seems like Jackie has been living her life. And Jackie says, look, Brandy says, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I've known Jackie for over 10 years, and I want to feel like maybe at one day she's going to change, which is the same thing she's been doing with her marriage. She's been doing with her cancer. She's been doing with her children, her family life. I can only go on what I hope is going to happen well. And then this is when Brooke says, but do you know her? But do you really know her? It's been 10 years. Do you really know her? What do you know about her? What if someone has said the same thing to you that she has said to me, or acted the same way to you as she did to me with your baby Jason? Would you feel the same way?
Little baby Jason.
Yeah, with little baby Jason. Would you feel the same way? How are you gonna feel about that? She said, look, I don't think any of this stuff is ever going anywhere, and we need to move forward. And Brooklyn says, look, Brooke. Sorry, I keep saying Brooklyn because of Big Brother.
I know what you mean.
Brooke is like, this is a lot. Like, I'm tired of having to bring up Kayla. Y'all don't understand how much this is doing to me, what this means to me. And Brooke has to get up and she has to leave the scene. Let's start there.
Go ahead, Deb.
I feel like Brandy's doing what she feels is right.
Agreed.
And does it feel great to Brooke? Probably not.
Probably not.
But because she's known Jackie longer than any of these girls, and I don't even know if that's true, because from the interview she did with Carlos King, she might not even know Evelyn longer than that. I don't know.
Right.
But from what I take from Brandi is that she's known Jackie longer. She, like, every season that they've had, Basketball's LA, it's always, we got to make peace with Jackie. So I feel like that's what she's doing. Now, is it right? Maybe not. And does it feel great to Brooke? Probably not. But to me, I just feel like that Brandi's doing what she feels like is best, because I feel like she doesn't want them to just throw Jackie about a situation. And am I mad at it? No, because I feel like this is their normal behavior.
I don't want to interrupt. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I feel like, unfortunately, I feel the way that, I felt a little bad for Brandi, because I feel a way, like they said in the previous season, is like, I feel like some of these conversations need to be had one-on-one. I feel like it was unfair, because Evelyn is going to tear her down. She's going to get her, period. And so I was hoping that they didn't all gang up on her, and that's what it kind of felt like, because maybe Brandi, and I know, Deb, you probably are going to faint at this point, but I feel like you said earlier, Brandi did feel like she was doing the right thing, but once again, from what I said earlier in the live, is that losing your child, and it hasn't been even a year, and maybe even if it has been a year, a little over, should trump whatever Jackie is going through. Right? So I feel like Brandi, you don't have to call her a dummy and all that stuff. If they would just talk to her, like if Brooke and Brandi just had this conversation one-on-one, it would, and I know it's a show and you want the drama and all that stuff, but if I
think this is so serious though.
Yeah, it's so serious that I felt like it needed a one-on-one conversation. And I felt bad that Brandi had Jac'Eil, who I will agree with Busy, kind of did seem like a pick-me. Like she went with the majority of the people, which was, we don't like Jackie right now.
I think that Jac'Eil said some real stuff in this conversation too, though.
Yeah, she
But
did.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. She did. But again, I don't feel like it was Jac'Eil or Ev's place to be in that conversation. I felt like it should have been a one-on-one conversation with Brooke and Brandi. And I understand you want to be there to support your friend and your girl. And I understand, that portion of it. Like I said,
Agreed.
Loyalty is huge to me. But it would have been different if Brooke and Brandi had that conversation and then Brandi kept making the mistake, right? Then I would be like, okay, this girl's not getting it. You know what I mean? But I feel like it was not fair to Brandi to have all three of them sit down and be like, you don't realize how difficult this is for her, and they should just stay out of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. You already talked. I agree 100% with what she's saying. I think that overall, so let me not say 100%, I'm gonna say 80. I agree. I think that Brandi's doing what she thinks is best, but then also what I think that what comes natural to Brandi. I don't know what it is in her, and I'm with this side of her.
Gemini.
She wants to just forgive and move on and just hope for the best. And maybe that's very similar to my mom, who's a Gemini, and my partner, who's just like, whatever happens. I just want to, maybe they'll get it right, maybe they won't, but I'm not going to stress about this. Yeah. And I have to move on because there's so much more life to live. And I'm a Pisces. I'm holding on to the things you did to me, and I'll keep holding on to the things you did to me, and it ain't changing over here. But I will say that I have grown up around a lot of people who are just like, hey, Busy, you gotta let it go sometimes. you really have to let it go. And I feel like that's what Brandi is, and that's how her marriage is, and that's how her life has been. So I think she feels like I really don't think, because I saw a comment about how they feel like Brandi has figured out this reality show thing. I don't think that it's about that. It's not, because then she wouldn't be with her husband this long. I feel like she really just is like, I gotta keep moving forward. Like I whatever the best thing is.
But she can't expect the other women to be on the same page as her.
And that's fair, but I also feel like, Cindy, I feel like she's ready to fight that. I feel like she is ready to fight for what she feels like is the right. Well, I don't say the right thing. Why are we pressed about this part?
But that's her choice to think that it's the right thing, and nobody's saying that she doesn't deserve her choice. But that does not mean everybody has to agree with her. And
I agree with that.
And I will say, from the previous season when Malaysia was on there, B to be good is correct. She said she did not give Malaysia grace. Period. So when she felt like she was bad,
I'm gonna disagree.
I understand. She felt like everybody else should be on her side, like Malaysia's doing.
I know, keep that up.
But she wasn't really saying, like, hey, maybe she is going through something. She didn't want to hear anybody else's side. So I think that what these girls are doing to her is forcing her to do the same thing, basically being like, we're not on your side, we're on Brooke's side. And if you're not on Brooke's side, then you're wrong. You're in the wrong. And I didn't like it.
I don't think she thinks wrong. I don't think that, Cindy. I don't think she thinks you're wrong. I think she thinks, why can't I have my... I hear what you're saying, but also I have my side.
Can I respond to this comment?
Go ahead. Let me check on my meatloaf.
Brandi.
I love meatloaf. I'm coming over.
Brandi definitely gave Malaysia grace. Malaysia did not give Brandi grace. No. Malaysia literally turned towards her when Brandi waved at her and ignored and talked to Jennifer, who she doesn't even like.
Okay, you're right.
And had a conversation. And then the entire season, while she's trying to figure out why her friend is not her friend, treated her like shit the entire time. Until Jackie decided to talk to her.
I felt like they both.
Well, hold on. Let me, this is what I'm saying. Then we can talk about it.
Okay.
But then ended up talking to Jackie about it, and then coming to apologize about it. To me, Brandi gives everybody grace when it comes to her friendships with people, and people treat her like shit every time. Like we can't let go of Jason.
But I don't agree with that. So Deb,
Hold on, but let me finish what I'm saying.
I want to let you finish, but
Well, let me finish what I'm saying. We can't let go of Jason, but also then Mr. Pargo's over there not paying the child support for the children, while Malaysia's home or kids don't have a home anymore. But we don't never talk about that stuff. We sit and we watch all the women on these shows go off through all this stuff, but Brandi's relationship is the most horrible relationship ever. We watched literally Jennifer get smacked, throwing a drink in her face, and we never bring that shit back up. So for me, watching Brandi give grace to everyone, and we watched this
that's not true,
franchise.
Though. Oh my goodness. That's not true. I'm sorry. And I once again, you must be my cousin. We must be related, be good, because she said she knew Malaysia better than Jac'Eil, though. So why wouldn't she go down with her friend?
And Malaysia knew her better than when she let Brandi leave that show. When she let Brandi get off that show, Malaysia still stayed there and let her friend go.
Why didn't she call her before her father died within that 3 years? So Deb, why?
The words that Brandi said was this: Jac'Eil called me. So why would she have to call Malaysia because her dad died? Malaysia called her.
I'm not saying that Brandi should have called Malaysia when her dad died.
Malaysia should have called her.
Listen, what I'm saying is 3 years before the man got sick and passed away, she didn't call her either.
But that's not her.
Let me finish. So
okay,
Malaysia's explanation for that was she did not want to burden her because she felt like when she did speak with Brandi, she said that it was too much for her. So that's why she did not reach out to her.
Years later. But that still doesn't. Shawnee reached out to her. Jackie reached out to her. People reached out to her because her dad was dying. Malaysia had a relationship with her dad, and you're the one who didn't reach out. It's crazy to me.
She said she didn't know, and I believe that girl.
She did. If Jackie and Shawnee knew, then Malaysia knew.
Let's move forward to where we are now. What I'm saying,
because we're not. We're
never gonna agree with that.
I feel like it's messed up.
I understand. I understand your feelings, and I understand that you feel like it should have been different. However, we do what we do, and that's it. So what I'm saying is where we are now is I feel bad because I feel the same way that they're kind of ostracizing Brandi for trying to be Jackie's friend. I felt like they were doing that to Malaysia to the point to where she left the show. And I don't like it. I don't like it when it's done to one woman or another woman. And again, I know that you are a Brandi stan, but again, I you see where I'm saying like fair is fair. I'm super loyal. I don't feel like it was right for them to gang up on that woman. And yes, maybe she's been through so much to where she's like, I just want to move on with life and just leave me alone and let me do that. But not everybody works in that way. However, again, I still don't agree with them having a 3-on-1 conversation. I felt like it should have been a 1-on-1 conversation with Brooke.
And I can agree with that. Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say about that. Like, it wasn't right what they did.
But the Brandi and Malaysia conversation is like, that's a lot for me.
Yeah, but Ev is one of my favorites, and you and I have agreed on that.
And Evelyn and Brandi are friends still. I mean, they're friends now. So
they're friends now, so they get past it. But but again, I just didn't like that. I just felt like, again, when Evelyn stood up and walked away from the Jac'Eil table first, it should have been the same thing to let them have that conversation. And at our age, meaning hers, Ev's and my age, we know better to when to get up and leave. They didn't need to be there like waiting after school for the girls that want to beat up, basically. Like, right. I just felt like Ev should have done better. And Jac'Eil, just move away from her and let them have that conversation.
Well, y'all know what I'm saying. I think that also you gotta look at
from the comment. I'm like, I know what you're saying, but
you know that, yeah, okay, yeah, because this is me and Cindy's thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah. So I think the other thing is that you have to realize also, when Malaysia brought Brandi that time and Ev walked away from her that time.
Yeah.
I don't think that Brandi's walking in with like loyalty to Evelyn.
Yeah.
And I think that as the season goes on, because clearly they're friends now, things will change.
They will
But
change.
in this space right now, for me, I don't feel like Brandi is wrong.
I feel like when Ev walked away from the table
It
when
was because
Jac'Eil
of Tammy.
called them all for the
Shawnee.
Ponderosa. Yeah.
Yeah, it was because Tammy and Shawnee, she was loyal to her friends.
No. This season,
Okay.
for the Ponderosa, when Jackie brought Cheyenne and they were all at the table, Ev got up and walked away, and I feel like she should have done that the same way that she walked away from Jackie. She in my opinion, she should have walked away from the conversation with Brooke and Brandi because it did not have to do with her.
Right.
Or Jac'Eil.
And Brandi said that.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I don't know. She doesn't know Evelyn.
Yeah.
She knows Brooke and she knows Jennifer and she knows, what.
Jac'Eil even. She even knows Jac'Eil.
She don't even know Jac'Eil because they were on the same season. She just knows Brooke and Jennifer.
Is that right?
Yeah, they weren't on the same season.
I'm forgetting who was on there. You're right.
Yeah, it's just Brooke and Evelyn. I mean, it's Brooke and Jennifer.
Yeah. So again, that's why I felt like it was unfair for them to chime in when they don't really even know Brandi in that way.
Yeah.
They don't know her like that. So why are you in their conversation?
Right. And Brandi said, I was like, that does make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense that she's so into this, and it's feel like she's like edging Brooke on. And we love Ev, but
but she was still wrong.
Yeah.
And again, I do think B to be good is right. I do believe that Laura is coming back. I'm a little nervous about that because Laura is
Govan
and what's her name?
Yeah, Govan.
No, another one too. The short girl, what's her name?
Royce.
Yes.
Royce and Laura's come back now.
So you got through the whole episode because I gotta go.
Huh?
You got through the rest of the episode?
Yeah, we're done with the episode.
Oh, thank God.
We have not done a 2-hour live in
I know, and this was not even that interesting. I was trying to make it 1 hour.
Yes, I know.
Because I joined. I'm sorry, you guys.
Me and Cindy be going at
it. We'll start accounting for you now, and we'll start to do it early.
I'm sorry. Well, no, because you guys are on Eastern time, and I'm Western, so I actually had an appointment, so I was off early. And
so Cindy was like, "Oh, let's go in there and fuck shit up."
Yeah. Well, I was just kind of like, I can jump on now, so I'm sorry. It should be an hour. I even told SoDeb when we were doing ours a little bit later, it should be an hour. So
yeah. We thought we did.
Because ain't nothing happened. It wasn't 2 hours worth.
But I think because we have like such a back history of everything, like it's a lot of conversations.
We all have very interesting
points of view.
Yeah, points of view. So
yeah.
Cindy, I think you should join us more often, though.
I would love to. I'm going to try depending on the time, and let me hop down so you guys.
I told Busy you gonna fight him.
He did say that. He said you were very upset with me. He said she's gonna beat your ass.
No. I just tell the truth. I say it like it is. That's it.
He said you was gonna start this, so then you are gonna beat my ass.
Well, I did say I was a Leo, and
Because I said, me and Cindy the reviews, and I was like, but I wasn't going to do them, and then Busy asked me to do it, and I was
because you said you wasn't going to do them, so I was like, well, I want to do them, but I want to do them with somebody who watches the show.
But I didn't say I was angry about it. I didn't.
He said that you said that you were going to kick my ass.
No. I never said that.
I did say that, Cindy. I did say that.
Oh, but I never told you that, Busy. I never said that.
You did not say that stuff. You haven't done it yet, but he did say it's incoming. He said it's loading. He said ass kicking loading.
No. I don't mind listening. To his. Like I said, I really only did the reviews because he asked me to. So if you guys want me to jump up, I'll jump.
Yes,
up.
Please. This was fun.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
So Deb, I love you. I'm gonna hop down so you guys can close the show.
Love you.
Y'all give it up for Cindy. Put your what's her thing?
We don't have nothing for Cindy. We gotta find something for Cindy.
Put your champagne flutes and bees in the chat for Cindy. Just because y'all love us both. I thought overall it was a very good episode. I thought your reads were shit.
Huh?
But overall, I thought it was for sure.
What reads? I didn't read
every single read. Oh, I have something in my head. Oh, it's another
because you ain't shit. That's why.
I am the shit.
You're not the shit.
Seriously, I am. When a dump is had, it's mine.
That's why you move me to this side and not that side.
But y'all let us know how y'all felt about this episode. Oh, did Carl only put it in a champagne flute? If y'all don't put no B's in his comments, I'm logging out. But you know what? You are more of the
basketball wife.
The basketball wise person, so I can assume that more people would be from your channel.
There's some B's in the chat, y'all.
No, I don't need a B. I don't need a B, and I definitely don't want from Carl. Carl was the one that you said he was doing all of that with.
I did not say that. And Virgo vibrations in
the apartment building complex.
Look, we got some more B's. Sunshine.
Oh, sunshine. That's my girl. That's my sis. We did. Y'all just didn't read it. I appreciate it. No, Carl, I don't want nothing from you. All right, so tell the people where they can find you because I gotta go.
Y'all can definitely find me over here at SoDebonair. Also go to Being SoDebonair for my blog channel, where I'm giving y'all my best friend.
He's not even uploading the blogs like he should upload the blog.
Can I finish what I'm doing? Y'all can also go to Being SoDebonair where y'all can see Best Friend Chronicles. My best friend is in the chat. And yes, I have not updated it because I wanted y'all, and I'm gonna say this now. I want y'all to know what Project 2025 is and Agenda 47. And so I was trying to edit my video, and I was like, yo, guess what? We gotta know what this is because y'all need to go out and vote. And I hope that y'all do. Shout out, I want to say I stand with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, however we say it. I stand with Kamala Harris, and go vote. So that's why I didn't put my vlog up, y'all, but it's going to be up this week.
So he didn't tell y'all who he was having sex with because of Kamala Harris. I want to say thank you all to everybody who was in the chat who joined. Shout out to Mims. Shout out to Andrew Kabor. If y'all want to know more about me and everything else I have going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at BusyBlu, no space, no E, no space, no E. I'm also on Sipping Key with Busy and Jolene. You can also shout out and look at that. I do mainly Big Brother reviews and the hot topics every day, so feel free to reach out to me and we can talk about all of that stuff. Before we go out, let's make sure that we shout out to everybody who provided funds. A lot of it is Mims dragging us. So shout out to Mims for the $4.99. Shout out to Mims for the $1.99. 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 Shout out to Mims for the $10.99. And we do have a bet going on with Mims, so that means that SoDeb owes him 2 blowjobs. This was an amazing day. We can't wait for the next episode.
And go vote.
Make sure you all go vote for Kamala.
Yes.
And then he will have his who he slept with and who he fucked blog up later, but he can't do it now because of Kamala Harris.
Wow.
That's the way to end the episode. See y'all
Bye,
later.
y'all.